Alright, hello there guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be recreating an album cover from the band Bring Me the Horizon. First thing I do is open a new Canva, a new file, and I'm going to be using 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels on a 300 resolution. Let's hit create, and I want to be recreating this album, which is the one that I like the most. Let's bring it down a little, bring it up here. And first thing, obviously, let's make our background black. Hit OK. We're not gonna need this one nor this one, so let's delete it. Let's put background. Let's change the color maybe to violet or purple. Now that we already have the background, we can take a look of which elements we're gonna need. Like, we're gonna need a transparent plastic bag, a CD, and some heart shapes, as long as with this sticker. So let's start looking for a plastic bag. I already have mine, and bring it here. Let's lower down a little, bring it right to the center. Now let's try to get a CD. I already bought this one, so let's try just to bring it as close as possible to the bag. But right now we're not looking for anything fancy, since we're gonna be editing everything after we have all of our elements. Heart shape. This is the heart shape. You already got it here. Let's see at the size. Try to match it as close as possible. And we could have this one right now, but let's wait a little, just because it might be the last element that we are gonna edit and we're gonna bring to the whole composition. So let's start editing all of the plastic bag, CD, and heart shape, which is the thing that the album has the most, and all of the main focus is there. So let's hide this one for now. Plastic bag, maybe blue. Let's leave it a smart object so we can edit whichever edits we do here. Maybe let's go to adjustments, exposure, and start playing with all of these. Now adjustments, let's try to play with the levels if there's any. That's fine. We can still edit it later on. That's good for now. Let's bring the CD down, because the CD is obviously underneath the plastic bag. The CD, let's come here, rasterize it, duplicate it with Ctrl J. This is gonna be the main one, this is gonna be the top one. So for this one, it's already rasterized. Let's press M on a circle shape, and we want to delete and try to measure it as much as possible, and let's delete that. And now we can come here right in the middle, same thing. Let's try to delete as much as white as possible. Delete. Now for this one, they convert it into a smart object. Double click here, and let's try to delete the white. Let's duplicate it again. And this one, the one on top, we're gonna blur it. But first, let's merge it with the main one. And this is the copy. It's fine. Now this one, let's convert it into a smart object. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Maybe let's say C25. That looks fine, because this one is blurry. We cannot see any of those details. Now let's try to play with the heart shapes. We already have that here. Heart shapes, they're gonna be on a straight line, so let's duplicate it around here. Okay, we're done there. Let's merge them all together. Control E, heart shape. Right, and now I want to, that's just for my preference, you don't have to do this step, but I want to create like one rectangle here. J, paint it black. We're not really gonna do anything here. The only thing that I want to do here is, like, as soon as I press this one, Control Shift I to inverse it, delete. So it's way easier for me to delete every single shape that is not within the plastic bag, so I don't have to be making the edits on every single element of the design. I just come here, select the rectangle or square, and start editing there, or deleting whatever is not within the plastic bag. Now the heart shapes are kind of very bright for the main design, so let's convert into a smart object, maybe a dark red, just like so. And now we can go ahead and try to play with it. Convert into smart object again. I'm liking this red because you can see the shapes, but also you can see the CD, so it's transparent. Now let's try to play with the image adjustments, maybe exposure. We already have the copy here, and this one red as well as this one, so we know they're both heart shapes. Right now let's have a closer look on how it's looking. It's looking pretty similar, but I just noticed one detail is that the plastic bag is way too far away from the CD, and I don't really always recommend this. There's designs that actually you cannot tell, and there's other designs that is very obvious. So but for the sake of this one, since it's just a plastic bag, I 100% just to stretch it in a little. That's pretty close. So there, let's zoom in a little and try to match it as close as possible to the original one. That's pretty close, and all right, everything looks perfect right now. So we already have like the main idea. Let's try to create the sticker. This one is a little tilt. It's almost right in the middle, like that. And this is why I recommend to create a rectangle or square within the plastic bag, just so we can just rasterize this one, select it, Ctrl+Shift+I to invert it and delete it. As you can see, it's pretty easy and pretty convenient, and it actually gives you a few seconds. There's not like a specific sticker that has that cut over there. We have to kind of be smart about it. So, but I already have the main one, this one, and now what we can do here is just merge it to this one and start editing it. It's a tiny bit tilt, do that way, our very main design. So now it's just kind of the process of post-production and bringing all the tiny details to life. So I wanted to this right here, but I wanted to do inverse it, so I want to create a rectangle over here, a square, and then the shape to be white, just like that. That's perfect. And as you can see, I already noticed that the sticker is just a tiny bit tilted, but I kind of liked it. Turn just a tiny bit the sticker or the ink of the sticker. So that's perfect. And let's go back to where it started. So let's bring like an old logo of the band. Let's select it, go to select, color range, let's do the white, and I want as much details as possible. And let's delete that. Let's press it, double click, let's go to color overlay and black. I kind of like this size, so what I'm going to do is keep the size like that and bring this logo a tiny bit smaller, and to here and to here. See, like that. And now we can start bringing everything to life. So we can see here the hearts have a lot of damage, so let's try to do that right now. So let's go to the heart shape. One small trick that I find that works for me, I don't know if it's going to work for you, but if you think it's going to work for you, go for it. It's bring a texture. Let's say we want it right here. Let's merge it here, and you can see the texture is already like overlapping the heart shapes, but we want to bring a threshold, merge it there as well. Not this one, let's hide the one on the bottom. So what we want to do here is the texture. We want to find a way that we want to leave in, and we want to see the things that we want to take off. As you can see, all that is white, all that is black, that means that we're gonna get rid of everything that is white. Is the details from the heart that we're going to keep. Spin the color to black, hit OK. As you can see, let's rasterize this one and delete. And now as soon as we get rid of the threshold and the textures, you can see that everything that we threshold is already taken off. So what we can do is multiply this one and replace it with this one. So let's get rid of this one. We already see that is pretty similar. This if we want. So let's see how can we edit the heart shapes in a way that makes sense with the design. Maybe like that. And bring both to smart objects so we can start editing them. And now image, exposure, and this is just you're gonna have to start loving the edits on post-production, because that's the thing that we're going to be doing the most. Let's bring it like that. That's Perfect. Now the bag, same. Another thing that you can do, like if you don't want to keep going into the image exposure and whatever, you can just come here and bring it here and just merge it to the plastic bag, and you can do it here in pretty much a non-destructive way. And that step is pretty much done. Hearts are ready with texture. The back has texture. Now let's do this little rip top of the sticker, because we can see this part here that is kind of not pixelated, but we can see the details from the, I don't know, the background or whatever that you had before. This one we can go to exposure too. It's perfect. Same as this one. Pretty much done here. Now we only need like the third details. Oh, we can go ahead and hide this, and now you can go to the internet and try to look for those. So I have this one right here saved, and I want to see how close I can go by like trying to make it look like the textures that is on the album. So let's try to hide the dark colors, convert into smart objects, and try to play around with it as close as possible. Because I know at the bottom, right around here, is where most of the details are, and then on the top. So maybe let's leave this one here, and I already know that it might go underneath here. It looks pretty similar, and let's just bring this square underneath here, because we're going to be deleting this part, same as this one. But what I want to do first is see how close we come to bringing the dirt over here. Oh, that looks fantastic. So now we can rasterize this one, select this one. No, but this one is now we're talking. Control I, let's come to this one, delete, this one deletes, and let's see, we still have kind of details there, same as here. Alright, so what we can do here, just to make it easy, L to the lasso tool, delete, now same to this one, just as much as possible, we're pretty close, and delete. Let's see, it's pretty much within the plastic bag. These details in here. Alright, just those. Delete. We made it. What I always do, this is just me. What I do, I delete pretty much whatever I don't need anymore. But let's see. I want to see if I can just... Alright, let's just get about it. This is two. Let's see if I don't have any other layer that I will need. This one, I will need this one, and now we can see more or less the details or edits, not edits, but and now we can go ahead and do the color grading. And what I like to do, let's hide this one for a second with Alt Control Shift letter E pressed. We're going to create a whole composition of the entire design, as you can see here in the label. And let's now try to bring the main photo over here, convert this one to a smart object, and go to the camera raw filter and try to edit the photo as much or as close as possible to the original one. And here is when I always recommend to spend a lot of time. Alright, we're done there. As you can see, it's very close, but and over here maybe just some kind of background texture as we have over there. This one, let's see how it looks like. Alright, found this one, and what we can do over here is let's try to bring some exposure and try to edit the exposure as closer as we can. As you can see, that's the original artwork, and this is my recreation. Alright guys, I hope you learn a thing or two about my design process and the tools, techniques that I use to combine to my designs. If this video was helpful for you, consider like and subscribe. That'll help me a lot, and I appreciate the support. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.